Sure. Here's the English translation of the scenario. If you think the Old West was all about cowboys, shootouts, and stagecoaches, you're seriously mistaken. Now imagine this: a cowboy in a lawless town who can race a zebra, or a bank where they move the vault with a camel. Here, you're about to hear things you might not even find in history books. So stick with us as we uncover 25 of the most bizarre and mind-blowing facts about the Old West. And believe me, number 25 will completely shock you. 1. Lawless bars. In the Old West, bars or saloons were typically run without any specific rules. Customers were free to do anything, from fighting and dueling to placing heavy bets. The police or law had little to no presence in these places, and chaos was common. This freedom made saloons become places full of tension and excitement. 2. The U.S. Army's camels. In the 1850s, the U.S. Army replaced horses with camels for transporting supplies across the western deserts. Camels were chosen for their resistance to heat and thirst, but their unpredictable behavior and incompatibility with the environment led to the failure of the project, and the camels were eventually abandoned. 3. Double-barrel guns. In the Old West, some guns were designed with 2 barrels, allowing for the firing of 2 shots either simultaneously or consecutively. These guns were highly popular for hunting and close combat, offering great effectiveness in those situations. 4. Banks without vaults. Some banks in the Old West, due to a lack of resources, didn't have vaults. They stored money in portable metal boxes and hid them in secret locations or even buried them underground to protect them from thieves. 5. Golden skeletons. Some miners in the Old West would hide their gold inside human or animal skeletons. This method was used as a trick to scare off thieves or to prevent the gold from being discovered. 6. Racing zebras. In some Old West towns, unusual races like running or horseback riding against zebras were held. These races were mainly for entertainment and to attract attention, and sometimes large bets were placed on them. 7. Quack doctors. In the Old West, many doctors practiced without any formal medical training. They would deceive people by selling fake medicines like snake oil and using bizarre treatments, sometimes making patients' conditions worse. 8. Pajama races. In some Old West towns, strange and entertaining competitions like pajama races were held. These races were mostly for fun and entertainment, becoming a sort of celebration or local event. 10. Complete name forgetfulness. In the Old West, many people used aliases, and their true identities remained hidden. This was common due to the dangerous lifestyle and the need to escape the law or personal enemies. 11th, women cattle ranchers. In the Old West, many women worked as cowboys. They not only participated in farming and cattle care, but also competed in rodeos and duels. 13. Ruthless dentists. Dentists in the Old West often worked without anesthesia and used primitive tools. Many had no formal medical training, and their treatments were extremely painful and brutal, especially when it came to extracting teeth. 14. Bars with uncomfortable chairs. In some Old West saloons, chairs were deliberately designed to be slippery or uncomfortable so that people couldn't sit for long. This made customers leave more quickly, freeing up space for other patrons. 15th. First gun-free towns. In some Old West towns, laws were enacted prohibiting firearms from being brought into the city. This was done to prevent violence and increase safety in urban areas, and it was enforced in public places like saloons and stores. 16. Gold theft with animals. In the Old West, some thieves used animals like cows or goats to hide stolen gold. They would strap the gold to the animals' bodies to evade the law and remain hidden during long journeys. 17. Shoeless men. In the Old West, many cowboys and ranchers didn't have proper shoes and worked barefoot, doing tough tasks like horseback riding and cattle herding. This was due to the harsh living conditions and lack of resources. 18. Hidden gambling saloons. In the Old West, many gambling saloons were hidden, often located in basements or secretive places. These establishments operated to evade the law and government oversight, and gamblers would place large bets there. 19. Strange duelist masks. In the Old West, many duelists wore strange masks to conceal their identities during gunfights. These masks were often elaborate and designed to add an element of mystery or intimidation, as duels were not just about skill, but also about reputation and personal honor. 20. Lending books in cafes. In the Old West, some cafes and saloons had books available for customers to borrow. These books were often adventure stories or popular novels, providing entertainment for people to pass the time in these establishments. 21. Animal jewelry. In the Old West, some people used animals to create unique jewelry. For example, they would use animal teeth, claws, or bones to craft necklaces, bracelets, and other accessories. These pieces were often considered to have special meaning or were used as symbols of toughness and survival in the harsh frontier environment. 22. The birth of yellow journalism. In the Old West, yellow journalism referred to a style of reporting filled with rumors and exaggerations. This type of journalism aimed to attract more attention and increase sales by publishing dramatic and sensational stories about crimes, violence, and even fictional events. 23. Blind cowboys. In the Old West, there were stories of blind cowboys who, despite their disability, continued to work as ranchers or even participated in rodeos. They relied heavily on their other senses and the help of their horses or companions to navigate the challenges of the frontier. These individuals became symbols of determination and resilience in a tough environment. 24. The first mobile ice cream vendors. In the Old West, the first mobile ice cream vendors were in the form of carts that traveled through the streets selling ice cream. These carts allowed people to easily access this delicious treat, making it a popular and convenient snack in frontier towns. 25. The first coffeehouse chains. The first coffeehouse chains emerged in the Old West and quickly became popular. These coffeehouses served as places to meet, rest, and enjoy coffee during long travels, marking the beginning of a culture of cafe gatherings that would spread throughout the region. Well, now that you've heard these 25 strange facts, which one did you find the most interesting? Be sure to let us know. And don't forget, with just one click on the subscribe button, you can always join us for more strange and lesser-known stories from history. Until the next video, take care.